Hello YouTube, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another awesome video. Well, I figured since Angry Joe and pretty much every other big time nerd on YouTube was doing this, I need to do this as well, and I really need to voice my thoughts. Of course, you already know, you clicked the video, you already know what I'm going to talk about, the Comic-Con trailer for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, of course, people have been kind of iffy on this whole project since its inception, uh, some couple of years ago at a Comic-Con, and even more so with the casting choices, namely Ben Affleck as the Caped Crusader this time around, as well as young Jesse Eisenberg as the nefarious Lex Luthor. So today, the 3+ minute trailer hit, and my thoughts? I didn't care for the teaser up to leading to this, but this one, I'm sold on this fucking movie. It looks magnificent. And if you haven't seen it already, I'll provide a link in the description. Or I really shouldn't have to provide a link for the description. You should have already seen it your own damn self. But for those of you who haven't, I'll give a quick cliff notes of what's in the of what's in this trailer. Okay. It opens with Superman appearing before some kind of committee or trial or what have you, where he has to answer for what happened in Metropolis in Man of Steel when shit got fucked up. And a lot of people are not liking this, well, because Superman is an alien, an illegal alien, and he's got all these powers but has no allegiance to anyone. So people are afraid of him, but there are some people who kind of worship him as a messianic figure, and Superman has always been something of a messianic figure, with some parallels to Judeo-Christian overtones with his different characterizations. And people see him as a savior from on high. And then we get our first real glimpses of Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, and it shows in the trailer that Bruce Wayne was actually in Metropolis when the shit was going down, when the world engine was basically butt-fucking the planet, and Superman and Zod were beating the shit out of each other, and he was there, basically, at ground zero, in fact. So, but I'm gonna side with Angry Joe on this, that I know a lot of people out there, particularly the guys that I visit on the forums that I go to, a lot of them blame Superman for all the untold lives that were lost in this because he didn't do the right things or he didn't save enough people. So I just say this, look, this was his first time fighting someone. This was his first time fighting anyone equal to his strength in his entire life. Remember, this is his first time as Superman. So you can't really say, well, if it was Christopher Reeve Superman, he would have done. Reeve Superman had years upon years of training in his specific powers, and even when he fought against the three Kryptonian escapees, Zod being among them, it was relatively light. It wasn't, well, comparatively, Zod wanted to just beat the shit out of Superman to rule him, at least in the original Superman 2. In Man of Steel, Zod wasn't insane. He just pretty much said, you cost me everything, Superman. I'm gonna kill everyone. So, collateral damage did not mean jack shit to Zod. At least that Zod. He was going to kill everyone around him. And sure, they would have said that he should have fought better. Look, like I said, this is his first time actually fighting someone equal to him. Someone who was just as strong, just as durable, and has just the same moveset as him. This was his first time. That would be like if you trained in martial arts and the only people that you had around you were 12-year-old kids. And imagine if you fought someone with the same level of power and skills that you had, how good would you do against them? Exactly. So in that part, I'm not going to blame Superman for what happened. He did the best he could. And honestly, if you've never read comic books, then you should know. Superhero battles, particularly ones of Superman's pay grade, there's a lot of collateral damage. I mean, and I remember reading Fear itself, where millions upon millions of French people in Paris were turned to stone by the Grey Gargoyle, possessed as one of the worthy, and Iron Man had to fight him. There was a lot of collateral damage In fact, he threw up in his Iron Man suit when Tony realized that the people that the dust he was breathing in, that was people. So yeah, superhero battles of that scale, there's a lot of collateral damage, a lot. But I'm getting past the point. But anyway, it's kind of it seems to imply that this that either that somehow it seems like Batman went into retirement, that there was not much crime or needed for him to be that. But once Superman came on the scene and he saw all the damage that was wrought with him, and he's like, this man has the power to wipe out the entire world. So he comes back out of retirement. And there's another scene where Perry White, played by, again, by Lawrence Fishburne, talks about, this isn't about whether you think it's right or wrong. Clark, you're just reporting the news. Who cares about Clark Kent versus Superman? But yeah, we get some more shots of him in the costume itself, and then we get our first glimpses of, or shots of, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Now, a lot of people are already saying that, oh, he's not like Lex Luthor. He's not like Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor. It was like, no, this is a different take on Lex Luthor. I mean, Gene Hackman did a great job as Lex Luthor for the Christopher Reeves movies, but he is not the default incarnation of Lex Luthor, because mostly I see him more as a comedian almost, popping jokes and wearing outlandish attire, whereas Lex Luthor, at least the modern take on him, has always been a suave, sophisticated, cunning, brilliant businessman who is able to talk people into doing what he wants by being just so silver-tongued. And he of course, if anyone knows the history of Lex Luthor, they know that Lex, the modern interpretation of Lex, is that he thinks that Superman is hindering humanity because of as being a savior. At the very worst, at the very least, on one end of the spectrum, he thinks that by being their all-purposeful savior, he is hindering mankind's development to a higher level. Or at another end of the spectrum, he thinks that one man should not have all that power. He thinks, like, I'll put it to you like this. In All-Star Superman, the movie, he made great points about, you got to understand why he hates Superman, because as good or as great as he is, as intelligent as he is, as the self-made man, a genius among geniuses, all of his accomplishments will pale next to a guy that bullets cannot harm. So that's been his motivation. Hackman's Lex Luthor was more about just a criminal mastermind who wanted to kill Superman because that would show that he's a criminal mastermind. This Lex Luthor just says, hey, you know, oftentimes devils don't come from below, they come from above. So there's that. I like that little bit of him. And the fact that he has hair, because, well, Lex Luthor was a ginger before he lost all his hair, and presumably we also saw him with some kryptonite in this, so presumably he might lose his hair because of his exposure to kryptonite. So yeah. What else? We also got some shots of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and she doesn't get any speaking lines, she just gets some fantastic scenes, and she looks fucking awesome in this, and this is just amazing. And it's just a lot of iconography, like a messianic iconography dealing with Superman, with people bowing to him and using his symbol to rally people, and his mother is there telling him to save the world and be the savior, be whatever they need at the time, because you really don't owe the world a damn thing. So yeah, kind of seems like that kind of dickish thing runs in the Kent family, I guess. So we get a scene of Affleck in the Batman armor, and he turns on the bat signal. He's like, we have to kill this. And, another good thing I like about this trailer is that she also showed us the Alfred, played by Jeremy Irons. I love Jeremy Irons. I've loved him since my first time I've watched him in Die Hard with a Vengeance as Simon Gruber. And I've watched everything he's in. I love it, except for Dungeons and Dragons. Let's not talk about that. And I think he could pull off a good Alfred. I mean, Michael Caine pulled off a pretty great Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy. Let's see if he can do what it is. And I like his look of this. Just older, but not too supportive of Bruce's decisions, and he's just like, it's the kind of thing that could to make a man go bad. So he's kind of been like the conscience of Bruce. So, and Affleck pulls off being Batman intimidatingly well. And I wasn't sold on him when he was announced that he would be Batman. I was kind of sold on him when I first saw him in that black and white still of him just looking all brooding and menacing. But now I'm more than sold on him. He has sold me. I think this could be one of the great all-time interpretations of the character of Batman and Bruce Wayne. I always say that out of all the live-action actors, Christian Bale pulled off a better Bruce Wayne than Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. Who's the better Batman? It's debatable, but we'll just see. What else? We also saw them coming to blows with them trading hits back and forth with him, with Batman using his zip line and Superman using his eye vision. We saw Amy Adams as Lois Lane. I love this Lois Lane. I love Amy Adams as Lois Lane. She doesn't come off like a total bitch like in other in incarnations of the character, where she's just. I mean, there are levels when you can just be headstrong and independent, and then you just go slightly up to being unimaginable bitch. And sadly, a lot of the live-action interpretations of the character have been just bitch to me. So I like Amy Adams as Lois Lane. So yeah, we got a lot of action, a lot of scenes, and the tip of the icing on the cake was Jesse Eisenberg speaking over Batman fighting Superman. He's like, dark versus light, man versus God, red versus blue. He's like, red capes are coming. The red capes are coming. I like that they inserted a little humor into that. So that's my thoughts on the trailer. So if you have any thoughts you want to share, just leave them below, and we can discuss something. I haven't really discussed this with anyone, but I actually like this. I like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I like the return of most of the returning cast from Man of Steel. I'm loving what I'm seeing from both Eisenberg as Luthor and Affleck as Batman, as well as Jeremy Irons as Alfred. I'm seeing a lot of this stuff, and so far Gal Gadot has sold me on being Wonder Woman. So, but we still haven't seen Aquaman yet. We know Aquaman's in the movie, but we haven't seen him. There were some hints that we could see him, but we haven't seen him. So there's that. Now I know that the trailer for the Suicide Squad also came out today, but I want to wait until there's a better quality of the movie that's out, or an officially leaked version of the movie of the trailer before I give anything, because I couldn't really see much, and I don't want to base my judgments on such a small little trailer. But anyway, those are my thoughts and reactions to the Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice trailer. Like what you see? Like, comment, subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk about the movie? Leave it below. I'll get back to you. Want to support the channel? Throw a batarang at the like button. Helps out. Or hit one of the many commercials and ads that are around here. Really does help out. Or if you want to just donate directly, tip jar is up there. Drop $1 in the bucket. I could use a taco. So, till next time, this has been shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good day, and I'm Batman.